times later. Anyway, remember what I said all the time. If you don't have anything to worry about, if you're not crooked, if you're not corrupted, you have nothing to worry about facing the Tribune. But if you do, you're gonna have to face the Tribune. And with me today, of course, I got no choice but to introduce Mr. Producer, my co-host, Mr. Clark Finley. Clark Finley is also the host of the Hurt radio show at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in this very same station. You know, I was very, very worried about talking like that, but oh, by the way, my roommate is also locked up now on Fox News. I told him that you got me involved with Fox News, and now she's with Fox News too. And
You're on the air, Radio Tribune. Hello. Well,
he didn't like your voice.
I guess not. They probably wanted you. Sometimes a producer has a fallback,
Okay.
you know.
So, anyway, I noticed that, like for example, Dina Perino last night, she was doing, I think it was the O'Reilly show or something like that, and they go from one
Well,
show.
Sunday, it's all mixed up anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's
Did you hear Judge Janine Pirro
Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very, very good.
They're all good on
It's
that.
a shame that she put the opening statement so long. Then I cannot.
Yeah.
Because my producer doesn't like to put this
Oh.
long opening statements. But let me tell you, I'm getting tired of this Main Street media. I don't know why we call it Main Street media, but you know, now they complaining or they criticizing and they making a big deal, let me put it that way, about Donald Trump campaign manager, whatever that guy with the funny last name, I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
Islandowski or something.
Yeah, I forgot his
Islandowski.
Okay. He's gone.
Right.
History. But what is the big deal? It doesn't make any difference who is going to have the title. The campaign is run by Donald Trump.
Right, and he has a national campaign manager. Now it's more or less a national race. So this Landowski was more or less during the primary.
That's
So it makes sense.
Don't make
You
any
have
difference.
these guys, all these pundits now saying.
And who else better than his daughter running there?
Oh,
you know?
exactly.
Who else better than his daughter?
Now you got all the pundits saying, well, Trump's campaign is in turmoil.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what?
Why?
It's just distortion.
Why? Can somebody please explain that to me? I'd rather have him running his own
He
campaign
only has
than
three.
these people over here in Las Vegas, where the campaign managers are telling them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and who to do it with.
He only
You
has
know?
30 people working on his ground movement, on his campaign. You know, that's ridiculous. Hillary has 900, you know? Yeah, and you know what the difference is? Hillary has to bus in busloads of people to get an audience of 200 people. She has to bus people in. I was at Trump's rally here on Saturday at Treasure Island, and let me tell you something.
I figured that you was there.
Let me tell you something. There
You
were
picked him up at the
3,000
airport?
people that didn't get in. That's how many people were trying to get in and didn't get in. I mean, it was ridiculous. It was just packed. That's a ground game to me. That is the ground game.
And I tell you one thing, I have to say that, even though later on you're gonna know that I don't make any sense, you know, but Metro did a very, very good job in keeping everything organized over there. I have to take my hat off.
It was like one little skirmish. I didn't even see what it was. I saw all these Metros go into the corner of the auditorium, around by the seats. It was out of view, kind of. and there was like 5 or 6 Metro guys just wow charged over there, and then eventually they dragged out some kid, okay, and they dragged him all the way across the showroom on out the opposite side door. Why didn't they just take him out where he was at?
No,
They
no,
paraded
because you
him.
know why?
Paraded
You know
him
why?
across.
That's technicality.
People cheering.
That's technicality. That is okay. This is this guy. You want to try? Come.
Oh,
That's what they was
I
doing.
guess it was.
They was
amazing.
saying, "This is the way it is. You messed
They
up,
took him to the opposite side of the thing.
so they can display him." Yeah, I agree with that.
It was
I agree
amazing.
with that. But you know, I don't agree with these FBI people today in that press conference. How praising all the police forces and
Yeah.
all the sheriff department, they were doing their job. What is the big deal, for Christ's sake? Yes, we appreciate the job, but it's not the, I forgot the exaggeration of the word, exemplary. And how do you say that?
Exemplary.
Exemplary. You know, it's not exemplary. It's like people when they said the fire department went there and put the fire. That's what they're getting paid for.
Yeah.
That's what they got. They got hired to put fires out. Sometimes you can appreciate the job better than others, but please don't make it look like it. They sacrifice themselves. They're getting paid year after year, month after month, day after day. They're getting paid for that job that they apply for. So that's what I'm saying. I can commend somebody doing the job because, like, I don't know if you read Pearlie's column the other day. She called somebody over there, and there was this midget with the fire department. Then it was obnoxious and rude, nasty, and he was about 3 feet tall, and he wanted to control everybody. I don't know why they hire midgets and
They
the
can
fire
get in
department.
and out of the fire quicker.
Well, that could be, yeah.
They can go through the
Okay.
doggy door.
And now 3 or 4 days, a week later, I don't know when was it, she had to call back again, and she was lucky. She was lucky. She got the best crew, the best. They were nice, professional, generous. I don't know if that's the word I want to use, generous, but you know, they were
Courteous. How's
courteous,
that? Courteous.
courteous. You know, there was the perfect thing. I hope if she's gonna write something about that, I don't know if she did or not. She used everybody's name because that little midget, Aaron, I hear that he was very nasty, and Chief McDonald was supposed to call me back with the end of the investigation, but he hasn't. So I don't know if he didn't give a damn about what the Las Vegas Tribune wrote, or he didn't think it was necessary. I don't know, whatever. Um, I I seen I seen good guys and bad guys. I seen good police officers and bad police officers. And normally, the good police officers were very proud, wear the uniform. Almost every one of them in uniform are professionals, are respectful. You know, when you find those detectives with 24, 30 years of in the job with the belt under their belly, you know, because the coffee and the donuts, and they think they are God's gift to the world. They nasty, rude, everything bad, but nothing good. You know, those old timers detective. I wrote about that one time. I think it was Bill Young was the sheriff, and I mentioned the fact that they go to the coroner inquest and walking like that. If you're going in plain clothes, why do you have to be hanging around with your gun and your badge and your handcuff? And I don't know why. And if you are a man, if you are strong, if you are mean, and you don't need to publicize it. Now if you are gonna be tough and mean because you got the gun and the badge, that's a different story. I wonder what happened if somebody take the badge and the gun from their waist. I wonder if they're gonna be that much of a man. I doubt it, because to me, anybody that depend or rely on the gun and the badge is not a man, you know. And most of
Well,
the
in that shooting in Orlando, who was the first one shot? Was the guy who was supposed to be like a security guard there. So these people that go to gun-free zones, he researched. He knew there was a guard there, and he was the first one out. So he went in, found the guard, killed him, and then went on his little shooting spree. That's what happens in gun-free zones. You've identified who you have to get, and you go get them. Now,
and
what if they were talking to an old-time mafia guy or something that came from Pittsburgh or someplace? He said, well, in the old days, if somebody showed up at one of my clubs, because I guess the guy used to own nightclubs, and someone showed up, there'd been 30 guys in there with replies to that guy. He wouldn't have got 2 shots off.
Yeah.
And they would have been carrying him out in a body bag.
That's
And
right.
that's the way it needs to be. You need to have people armed.
And going back again to I don't know the strategy. I don't know how they are trained to handle it. But the call came in at 2:10 in the morning, and they didn't go in the place until
They
5
had
o'clock.
fears of bombs or something.
Yeah.
They had a theory there may be bombs in there.
Yeah.
So that was the drawback there.
So it was 3 hours different.
Yeah, I know.
3 hours.
Well, you can't Monday morning quarterback these situations. It's tough.
Yeah.
They have to be careful of their lives too. They have families to go home to. They don't want to
Yeah.
go trotting in that door and have a bomb go off. And this guy could have set up some bombs that are triggered, so when
To
people
trigger
come,
to what?
when
To
people
the
come through the door.
trigger to the uniforms or
No, trigger to people coming through the door.
But people was coming in and out.
I don't know.
Running.
Who was? Well,
That's
I don't
right.
know about
People
that.
was running. People was scared. People was hysterically, were rightfully so.
I don't know what the 3-hour delay. I heard it was over. They were
it was
questioning
something
the
like that.
bombs, right? So I don't know.
It was something
But
like
you
that.
know what
But
was
I mean,
despicable?
if the bomb did explode in 3 hours, man.
What was despicable is you have these supposedly independent agencies, enforcement agencies, like the Department of Justice with the name of Lynch, okay? She's on all the TV shows Sunday,
Yeah.
spewing off this about guns this, guns that. This thing was caused by guns. She's spewing the mantra of Obama. She is a puppet for Obama. What kind of justice do you think we're going to get over the investigation of Hillary Clinton? She's fixed. She's an Obamanite.
Oh, no. She has not discussed. She has not discussed.
Oh, you believe that? Right before
She has not talked to the president.
Yeah, right
or
after that.
anybody in the White House for that
What
matter.
was she doing there at the White House after the
Why
Bernie
these
meeting?
people have to be so stupidly liars? What did they think of us, the citizens?
I think if you notice, she had a little string coming down the back of her neck, and I saw her pull that before she started on her speech. That was like a pre-recorded, rehearsed speech.
Right.
She didn't miss a beat. She just spewed it out there.
This
It's
is
a
what
bunch of
bothers,
BS.
honest to God, this is what bothered me about these government people. They tell you stories and they expect you to believe it. What did they think of? I'd like to have I'd like to have a little microphone and listen to those people inside their office or inside their room or inside and see what they think about the constituents, what they think about the citizens that are
What will come out is what came out with that Goober guy who was part of the program there in inventing healthcare. Remember when he was saying what they were talking about? The truth came out about laughing at the American people, and they're just a bunch of dumbasses, and we'll tell them this and that'll fly. That's what they were talking about. That's what they do. It's them against us. The President of the United States against us because he's for the Muslims. He's anti-American, this president. And he controls that administration and everybody underneath him with an iron fist, just like a dictator. And you can tell that because all the people that work for him come out and they give a speech, even like this guy, the CIA guy, right? He calls ISIL, ISIL, ISIL. You know who all the people are that are working for Obama. They say ISIL. Hillary Clinton used to say ISIL when she was Secretary of State. Now she is not anymore. Now she says ISIS. So you can tell right away, John Kerry, ISIL. Everybody that works for the fucking president is ISIL, ISIL, ISIL. What is this? Why do they have to have a word like that?
It's called brainwash, man.
Exactly. But it's so blatant. It's so blatant.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They really think we're a bunch of just nuts. And they're the nuts. And we have to crack them. That's what we have to do.
Well, let's go back to Las Vegas. Was any public figures at the Treasure Island Casino?
Well, do you want to call Wayne Newton a public figure? He was
please,
front and
no,
center, front row,
Was he there?
with his wife,
Oh
Wayne
my
Newton. He got
God.
pointed out a couple times. He even had a stand up once.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Wayne Newton. And then they had, of course, Phil Ruffin was there. He's always
Yeah, well, he's
his
okay.
hotel.
He's a good guy.
And
he was there with his wife, right?
yeah.
Was
Right.
Steve Wynn there?
No.
No? He didn't change his mind, no?
No, I don't know.
Anybody representing him?
Not that I know of. That was for Trump, that was a very small venue. That's where he started off in Vegas, was at the Treasure Island. And it was packed where thousands of people didn't get in. Why did they come back to that same type of a thing? I don't know.
Anybody from Alderson's team?
Not that I know of. But it was a Trump speech. He came out and did over an hour. No notes, just
So
and not repetitive. His past speeches, when he was in the nomination process, if you saw one after another, were very similar.
yeah.
He said very similar things. Now it's completely different. He's talking differently. What I liked about it is he mentioned these Republicans and this secondhand crap they're feeding out of their mouths and this and that, and Paul Ryan and whatnot. He said, look, I raised $13 million for the Republicans over the weekend. $13 million. And he says, we're doing that for the down ticket, the senators, the congressmen that are running as Republicans, they need support. So I'm raising money for them. If they don't start supporting me back, I'm not going to need them. I'll just do it on my own. You know what? I just as soon do it on my own.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wonder what is the position of what's the casino the Harry Reid control? What's the MGM?
He controls the MGM?
Oh man, that Lanny, whatever his name is, kiss his neck and his shoes and his feet. He's all over Harry Reid. I think if Harry Reid would have been an ice cream, he would have eaten the whole bucket of ice cream.
Jesus.
No, I hate that. I dislike it. I don't hate it because, like I used to tell my ex-wife, I don't hate your mother. Hate is a feeling. I got no feeling for your mother whatsoever. You know, I don't believe in it. You know.
How was the couch that night?
I don't know. I didn't ask her.
Oh.
It was my house.
Oh, okay.
No.
Who are you talking about at the MGM? Murin or whatever? Jim Murin?
Jim Murray.
Okay, because Kirkori's no longer with us.
No, and the other guy that I just mentioned before, my mind is not here today. I'm still in California. No, in the MGM.
Oh, I didn't hear you mention.
I mentioned somebody, I forgot. I'm still in California.
Okay.
You know, as I can't remember his name now. I just mentioned it. I just finished mentioning it. What was that?
I'm nothing, getting an email or something. I'm in communication 24 hours a day.
Well,
I'm doing
I'm very
research.
careful when I hear a beep like that. I don't
Right.
want to hear an explosion after the beep.
Oh, okay.
You know, so anyway, so nobody from the political scene in Las Vegas, nobody wants
That guy,
to.
that campaign manager that was just fired, I saw him running around. He was there Saturday.
Really? So this happened on
Just
Sunday?
happened, yeah, just happened.
That's remind me of that guy at the Golden Nugget. They throw a party for him on a
Oh,
Saturday,
yeah.
and then on Monday he going to go
Gonzo.
open his office
It was
and
a farewell
kill.
party. You didn't
Eh?
know it. It was a farewell party.
It was a
You
farewell
didn't
party.
know it.
For real. And he was a real nice guy. Real nice guy. I never seen anything so cold-blooded like that.
That Lewandowski was the one in that flare up with that reporter, whatever her name was, Fields or something,
Uh-huh.
that said he
Yeah.
grabbed her and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump stood behind him on that one. And then she used to be on some shows on Saturday night, the Bulls and Bears and Forbes and all this stuff. She hasn't been seen since. Hasn't been seen since on anything, any of the shows. She used to appear on O'Reilly and those other shows. Nothing. Have not seen her face. I think she must be gonzo.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. And that was a lie anyways, I think. That was a non-story there, that's for sure.
And that shows you the kind of person that Donald Trump is. He stood by his man until the end.
Yeah,
Now,
well,
when it's
I
time
can
to
see
go,
that there's well, he's not gonna have any problem like a Democratic administration, that's for sure. He fires people. You don't do your job, you're out. Who is Obama ever fired? Name one person.
well, he need to know how to spell fire before.
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe it's not on his teleprompter, so.
Maybe it's not there. Yeah, it's not there.
If anyone should have ever been fired, there's a lot of them. But that Lois Lerner, that IRS operative that was,
She didn't get fired.
no, she's on some beach somewhere drinking Mai
Really?
Tais. She
Retired.
took early retirement,
Full
full benefits,
retirement.
full everything. Yep, yep,
God bless America.
yep. That's the Democrat
God bless
way.
America.
Yeah, boy, they are specious people. I tell you what.
Do you hear? Do
You
you
gotta-
hear if your sister did mention anything about the campaign manager being fired? What's your sister's name? Hillary? Hillary?
I don't know if they've made any comments or not.
She hasn't made any.
But it'll be turmoil. That just goes to show you, the turmoil that man, the turmoil just follows him. Look at the dead bodies and everything. You have to read Larry Klayman's article this week about Hillary Clinton and the devastation that follows Bill and her around. 80 bodies, 80 unexplained bodies that conveniently ended up dead.
We wrote that in Las Vegas Tribune a few years back.
Yeah, well, read this one because this names things, names
Yeah, we
this,
did.
names that.
We did too.
I know, yeah, well, he just wrote it today. Yesterday it came out. I get everything a little early. I'm on top of things.
Oh, really?
But anyways, great article and shows the
That's for next week's
despicability.
paper? Or?
This Wednesday. It shows the despicability of this Hillary Clinton. I mean, never ever has anybody ever dreamed that with that kind of baggage you could run for president. And the Democrat Party's funny, they prop up this pigeon, Bernie Sanders. They dusted him off and said, "This is the worst person we can find to run and give Hillary and make her look good. This is the only person we can find in the United States of America to put up there to make Hillary Clinton look good." And he almost won because Hillary Clinton is so bad. You can't make her look good. They put up a 74-year-old devout socialist, and they can't make Hillary look good. I mean, what the hell's going on here?
And now he's so stupid that he's going to team up with her.
Well,
But I tell you, I'd rather have her being in top than me being on top of her. Because I tell you what happened, if she become, assuming she could have been the vice president, the president will not last more than 90 days.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
will- she
90
will have-
days, jeez.
She will have him killed.
How about the next day?
Yeah.
Man, ask Vince Foster.
Can he answer?
Yeah. Larry Klayman says that he was her Rose Law Firm boyfriend. The
Oh,
lawyer
really?
that followed them to the White House.
Sure. Can you imagine that? So let me let me come back to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Okay, 2 days ago there was an article in the front page, if any place at all, about Judge Jesse Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you read it?
Yep.
Yeah. She dismissed but of course it was written by Joan Ann Morrison. I don't agree with her too often, but I have a lot of respect for Jane Ann Morrison. I call her the first lady of journalists, but I tell you, she dismissed the jury. She ignored every law in the book, and she asked $1 million alone for the law office
Yeah.
of Robert Egglet.
Yeah.
She's
And this
control.
was a little, I wouldn't even call it a fender bender. It was a little bump on 15 when it was a parking lot. The lady didn't step on her brake hard enough and just tapped the car in front of her. No damage whatsoever to any of the cars.
Serious?
Yes, that was just a little tap. In bumper to bumper traffic.
$1 million.
That's just to the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the $5 million was the award from her to the plaintiff, or not the plaintiff, the defendant.
Well, that is the way the courtrooms in Clark County work. They are all controlled by Dave Thomas and Egglet and the whole gang. And this is what we're going to get
Yeah.
on the court, in justice court. And this is what we're going to get in any other courtroom that we elect people that are controlled.
The election is the
by-
corruption because that means that money comes into the picture.
Right.
And these judges have to raise money, and who better to get money
I
from
tell you one thing.
than the lawyers and so forth, and the Dave Thomases, and the rich lawyers that want to control the judges, like this Egglet guy.
Yeah.
He's made $500 million or something on cases he's won. I mean, he may not have made that, but they were $500 million cases, so I'm sure he got millions of dollars. A little fender tapper on the highway and he gets $1 million, for God's sakes. You don't think the judges are supporting him? How much does he give to the judges?
I don't know.
It's reflective, I'll guarantee you that. It's appropriate. He's the number one guy probably that goes to court and gonna get the best
No, he's
treatment
not going
from all-
to give nothing to the lawyers. He is a lawyer.
No, to the judges.
Oh, to the judges. He don't need to give them anything.
Well,
He controls them.
He does, that's
He
right.
tied them by rope and they
And
move
he
it around the way they
He
want.
supports
They are
candidates.
peons.
He supports candidates in their campaigns against candidates he doesn't like.
He got
So if he doesn't like,
two people running against Jesse Walsh, and the two of them changed their mind.
yeah. Why? Because they ended up running against someone else, and this guy funded their campaigns.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dirty, dirty, dirty politics.
And then,
Anytime you have politics involved, it's going to be just devastation, just devastation.
and District 20, I don't know if I'm going to make my mind up on either one, but if I have to, I will support Eric Johnson, even though I don't like him. But people that are owned by David Thomas cannot take the bench anymore. We need to stop that. We need to alert the voters that that's the way it is. Look at that. A fender bender, not even a fender
A
bender.
tap.
You know, a tap in your car is gonna cost you $6 million.
Right.
$1 million for the lawyer and $5 million for the lady, the owner of the car or whatever. That's the kind of justice you're gonna get. Justice for all on David Thomas' pocket.
Yeah. It's absolute 100% blatant corruption, and there's only one way to get rid of it, and you stop electing judges.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it's been done in half the other states. They've gone to various systems where they don't elect the judges, and they have appointments by merit. They have selection committees. There's some good way to do it, and other states have done it, and it can be done. And every state that's done it has had an improvement and a drop in corruption. And then you start getting decisions that start to make sense. When you get a decision that's completely backwards, that has no common sense to it at all, one wonders why. Like Trump, wondering why this judge that has a Mexican heritage, why are all his decisions so anti-common sense?
Who's
It's
that?
because he has an agenda.
Who is
That
that?
Indiana judge that's taking Trump's
you went
case.
back to Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why people make such a big deal. Yeah, he was born from Mexican parents. I don't know if he was born in Indiana or he was born in Guadalajara. But either way, he is an American citizen. He became a lawyer, he became a judge, he became a Supreme Court justice.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Boy,
I was going too far.
he won't if Trump's in the White House, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he is a justice, right?
He's a judge. I don't know what his statute is. It's
He
probably
must be
just a state
he
judge.
must be a Supreme Court in one of the states.
I
not the
think
United States.
that college must be in Indiana or something.
I don't know.
I don't know, but
All I know is he didn't say nothing wrong. And the guy has
the
ties.
day that you can't
And he
question
got-
the judge's impartiality, this country's done.
And he got tied to Mexicans activists. He got tied
right.
to La Raza, which is a socialist Mexican institution, you know, and not, what did he say wrong? Or is telling the truth is wrong nowadays?
Well, because when you have the other side say nothing but lies, the truth they don't want, and that's why they're so against Trump. Because he's going to tell the truth, and that's going to expose the Democrats for what they are, a bunch of liars. They've lied to the American people for decades. And
Yeah.
Trump's the first one that has the cojones to go up there and tell them that they're lying. He's the first one, and it's just devastating them. Wait till we see these debates or whatever going on with Hillary. It's going to be a show to end all shows, I'll tell you what. He's going to tear her up.
Yeah. Well, he should learn how to talk. How do you want to talk? I tell you the truth. I'm sick and tired of all this diplomatic language and all this telling me it's blue when it's red and red when it's blue. I am sick and tired of that, and almost everyone that I know is tired of that BS. Is tired of this decomposition, of diarrhea for brains, you know, and everybody is tired of that hypocrisy. Everybody is tired of being living in a fantasy world. Okay, Donald Trump is telling you the way it is. It's a Mexican judge. Maybe Mexicans are always very proud to be Mexicans. So he's a Mexican. It's like the Italians. Italians, oh, I'm Italian. The guy never been in Italy. The guy don't even know how to speak Italian. How can you be Italian?
I think through his law firm that he used to work for or whatever, and the law firm that's now either the plaintiff or defendant's law firm has got serious ties to Hillary Clinton. to the tune of about $1 million in campaign contributions or whatnot.
Yeah.
That's a law firm that this judge is directly tied to. So I think it's not necessarily his heritage that was his motive. I think he had a motive, but it's tied more to Hillary Clinton and more to the Democrat Party than it is to his heritage. And probably to be nice, Trump mentioned his heritage rather than the ties to Hillary Clinton. But those ties will come out.
Yeah.
And they are starting.
I got the feeling, I don't know why, I haven't checked on that the only group that doesn't tie themselves to the nationality of origin is the Cuban people. They become Americans and they are Americans. But everybody else, Italians, they never been in Italy. They never know what Italy is. They don't, all they know how to do is eat spaghetti and meatballs.
Right.
Okay?
No sausage?
No,
No,
I
I
don't
eat
know.
sausage
I don't
too.
know. And then you got the Mexicans, then they want to be in the United States, but they wave the Mexican flag all the way across the street because they are Mexicans. You know, but if you're
Yeah.
Mexican, go back to Mexico. If you're Italian, go back to Italy. You know, that's the way I feel. I'm happy here.
It's like the Californians, they flee California because of the despicable environment over there with the taxes and you can't have a barbecue in your back, all the regulation. So they flee that type of devastation, California, and they move to Nevada. And then they proclaim that they want all the regulations and everything to follow.
Yeah.
So they want to change Nevada into
I've been saying
California.
that for a long time.
And that we have to stop this migration
They
from
come
these
here.
spies, these
They
people that
come
are trying
here.
to.
They come here because they like what they see.
Right.
And then when they move here, they try to convert this city
Then they
into
vote
what they
blue.
left.
And they vote blue.
You know, it's not. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You know.
The problems with this country start greatly by the two-party system is just deplorable. It'll never, ever, ever work. Ever. It won't work. It won't work.
Look what happened with that. I forgot what was it. Where was it? I think it was in San Francisco. They was burning the American flag. Nobody say anything. Nobody complained. Nobody stopped them for doing that. And then they start waving the Mexican flag. Why?
And then the reporter from that Mexican TV show starts propping up the prop to make sure they get that flag, that sign just right, you know. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what's going to happen to our country. I really
we gotta
don't.
get rid of the media.
And yes, I said our country because I feel that this is my country. I wasn't born here, and I was young when I came here, but I count this as my country. I don't allow, or I don't like, I don't, you know, look at that guy the other day. He sent somebody innocent to prison for I don't know how many years, and he's worrying about what size the flags are flying in the courthouse. Because there was 3 flags over there. One had to be equal to the other one. You know, come on, don't insult my intelligence. Come on, don't abuse your power as a public defender because you belong to the same system that the district attorney. You know, you are controlled by the system. You know, and I tell you, the guy is a really nice guy. He probably wouldn't say hello to me anymore, but when I wrote an article, then it makes sense. There's a guy that is there doing time in a protective custody cell, 23 and a half hours a day locked up for a crime that he did not commit, then probably the girl that claimed that he tried to assault, she probably was a prostitute with a pimp that came here because look at the itinerary, look at the schedule for every place where is
Conventions or something.
the conventions,
Yeah.
New York, Colorado, I don't know, Arizona. Every place where it is prostitution, that's where she was going to, and then she showed up over here with the help of the district attorney, with mommy and daddy. They came here to give the little daughter a little moral support. Come on, this is it is.
And then you try to get people that we have all the proof in the world that they did commit crimes, serious crimes, and they don't even get, no one does anything about it.
No, they don't have
Oh,
the
they're one of
balls.
the foxes.
They don't
so-
have the balls
Yeah, we can't go
to
after a
attack those
judge,
people. No.
even though he swore out fraudulent affidavits and everything. That's no big deal.
Look at
That's done
Valerie
every
Vega.
day.
Valerie Vega retired like she was God gift to the world when she, in the Christine Lobato's case, didn't allow the truth to come out, didn't allow the jury to know that she was not in Las Vegas when the crime was committed. She was not in Las Vegas when, and then she didn't allow the DNA test to be, what do you call, taken
Yeah,
or
submitted as evidence.
submitted as a. She
They wouldn't
didn't,
even,
no,
they wouldn't
they
even
didn't
let
allow.
that. They didn't allow it.
Between Valerie Vega and Josh Kephart, at that time he was a prosecutor. They didn't allow the DNA test to be taken. Why?
Because those prosecutors, they don't like that DNA anymore because there's a lot of innocent people in jail that were railroaded there, and that Barry Scheck is running around doing this DNA stuff now, and a lot of those people that were falsely convicted are getting free, and that's a slap in the face of the DAs that put them there.
That's right.
Because they were innocent, and they'll never, ever, ever admit that they ever did anything wrong because that's their nature. You can't be a DA if you are responsible for your own actions. You won't get to be a DA. You have to be a despicable, lying bastard, in my
Well, I tell you one thing, in the memory of Steve Hill, okay, he went up to Sturbell or Rex Bell, I don't remember which one, when, in my case, and he said, I cannot prosecute these people because it's a lie. They've been set up, they've been taken. Oh no, you have to do it. He said, I refuse to do it. Well, 6 months later, he died. He was found with an overdose on Fremont Street. On Fremont Street. They didn't even put him on the strip. No, they had to put him in the lowest class, Fremont Street, with a hawker, with a streetwalker. That's what it is. They make it look bad. They make it look like the worst of the worst. He was man enough, and he was honest enough to say these people was set up. This is not the truth in this case. Well, it's okay, continue. No, I'm not going to continue. Well, he got fired, and then he was found dead on Fremont Street inside his Corvette.
Yeah, if they want to do you in, they'll do you in.
Yeah, and
These
they do you,
people
and they
in power.
do you, and they do you, and the worst part, I'm surprised they didn't put him over there by the railroad track or by the west side or anywhere else. I'm surprised. But Fremont Street in those days, Fremont Street and this side of Las Vegas Boulevard, it was pretty bad.
The Blue Angel Motel, the famous
Between the Blue Angel and Maryland Parkway, So
They had an old showing of Fletch on TV the other day with Chevy Chase. Fletch, remember that one? Well, they got him thrown in jail. This despicable sheriff that's crooked in hell got him thrown in whatever, and then it's just him and the sheriff in the jail, right? So the sheriff don't want him talking about something that's going on the beach because the sheriff was in on a big drug scam that was going
that
on.
wasn't
down there.
Uncle Vinny, no?
No. Fletch. Anyways, the sheriff goes into the jail cell to tell Fletch he's gonna die. He's gonna shoot his ass. And he says, you can't shoot that might be against my rights. He says, you don't have any rights in here. He says, I have a knife right here. And he shows him this knife. He says, you're going to stab me in the arm with this knife. And then I'm going to shoot your ass dead because you stabbed me in the arm with this knife.
That's what the sheriff said.
Yeah, so he's holding the knife and he's holding the gun, pointing it at him. So what chance do you have? He's going to kill you. He's going to stab himself in the arm. And then he's going to say that you did it.
I'm glad you mentioned that. It's the same thing with the right. They was talking on TV yesterday about the First Amendment right, or I don't know what right was it. And the guy is not even from this country. Why do we have to follow the rights for somebody that is not from here? The First Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, all the amendments in the Constitution was made for the American people.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and we swallow it. Why somebody don't, you know, it doesn't do me any good to be complaining all the time because those people are silence my voice. They do everything to silence me, you know. And then you got people like Lisa Mayo, the Rizzo, you know, saying that nobody read the Tribune. Well, if nobody read the Tribune, why people come here with their stories? Because this is the only paper that will publish their story.
Yeah.
You know? First Amendment. What right do you have? You're not even from here. I don't know why people are so stupid sometimes. People act stupid. They're not stupid, they act stupid. Or they are scared of the government. One of the two. And the only way you're going to keep a government corrupted is by scaring the people. The people, when the people are scared of the government, they have a problem. They have a problem. You know.
Well, look at the orders coming out of the Obama administration to be politically correct and don't profile any Muslims. There are orders that have come down to the enforcement agency. Do not profile any Muslims. And why? It's all Muslims that are doing this devastation to us. Why would you not profile the people that are doing it? Are you crazy? Yeah. No, they have an agenda. And their agenda is to ruin this country. That's what Obama's agenda is. And he only has a few months left to go, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. We need to impeach him now.
Oh, but it's not going to happen.
No, I know, but why?
Because first of all, it will take a year to have an impeach somebody.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to impeach somebody, you can do it faster. But when you don't want to impeach anyone, then
We need to run this country like a business. You have to have a leader that's in charge, the one that makes the final decision. Okay? This Congress and this Senate are never, ever going to agree to anything. You'll have a Harry Reid there obstructing everything, putting blocks to it, the nuclear option, this and that, all tricks. Nobody can lead this country because of the devastation caused by the two parties. So we have to eliminate Congress and eliminate the Senate. And we have to have a leader. And how do we take care of the leader? We either re-elect him because the numbers are good that he's produced, or the numbers are bad. And then we change him out to somebody running for the job that says they can do a better job. Just like a business. The stockholders decide who's going to be the chairman of the board. That's who runs the company. He's the final authority. He doesn't get interfered by anybody else in the company when it comes to whatever the decision is going to be. It's going to be his. And he's going to sink or swim on his decisions. And that's the way businesses are run. If they weren't run that way, they would all fail. Why do we try to run the country that way? Because the people are trying to protect their jobs as these congressmen and senators. The more mixed up, the more it is, like a rebel rouser and a community organizer. He wants chaos. Because that's his job, is to straighten out the chaos. That's what he runs on. I can straighten this out. What do you mean? You're the one that caused it. The Congress and the Senate causes all the problems we have in this country. All of them. You need to have a president elected like a Trump, and then he gets evaluated on his numbers and how he's produced, and he either gets reelected or he doesn't.
You know if I was Donald Trump, what I would do is I would take 5,000 people out of those people that were at the Treasure Island the other day, and come with me. And I go to New York and take another 5,000 people and come with me. And I go to what was the other place that he packed the place?
All over at Houston the other day.
I take 5,000 people from
20,000
every
people
place,
in Houston.
and I make my own army, and I walk in the White House, and I tell Obama, "You are under arrest," and put him in.
That's another thing that we have to look at. The people that run these companies and so forth, they get in or out according to their numbers, okay? Dictators, they don't have to worry about the media. Why? Because they don't allow the media.
That's right.
So they just do away with everything. But there's one thing the dictator has that we kind of have allowed in this country that we need to do away with, and that is the dictator runs the military. And the day he loses the military, his days are numbered. Okay? Well, why do we have the president of the United States?
In favor of Obama.
Well, why is the president of the United States the commander in chief? No, you know who needs to be the commander in chief? Is someone who's come up through the ranks. Who's a career person, who's probably a general or an admiral or whatever. He's risen through the ranks. His peers have elected him.
That is exactly what it is. What do you call that?
Why do we have 5 generals that have retired early because they didn't want to work for Obama? Because Obama's their boss.
No,
Here you have a community organizer, rebel rouser from Chicago telling a career general what to do. That doesn't work. We have to have 2 people elected. We have to have the president of the United States elected.
That's the joint
Chief of staffs.
Joint chief of staff. That's the
That
one.
should be the military leader of the country,
That's
not
right.
the goddamn president. We have to sever the president's duty as commander in chief. Because you got an idiot. Look what happens. Look at Obama. You got an idiot running the military. Our planes don't fly. The military is in devastation. Nobody respects the man because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. This is what we get when you put a community organizer in charge of the military who's never served a day in his life in the military. He doesn't understand the first thing about it. We're going to junkyards to get plane parts.
That's okay. Let's don't do that now. Leave it like this until Donald Trump takes
Right.
over. Donald Trump had to be our commander in chief.
Well,
He had to be the commander in
then when
chief.
we get rid of ISIS, what he needs to do is delegate it all up.
That's it. That's it. He can tell somebody else. It's like you do in the hotels. You are the chief executive officer, but then you got manager here, you got the president,
And if
got
you
the
don't
vice
produce,
president.
if all your departments don't make money and the hotel doesn't make money, what happens to you? You're gone.
You're
But
gone.
you don't have the people working for you, fighting you all the way.
No, that's right. Anyway, this is Rolando Larraz. I stand behind every single word that I said in this show today. I thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless America. And after all, God bless our troops. Above all, no after all. Let me know.